welcome back to another episode of Calcio Chronicles, where we dive deep into the highs and lows and everything in between in Serie A. I'm Sheida, and joining me, as always, is the football sage himself, Massimo Caputi.
Hi, Sheida. Nice to see you and welcome to everybody.
Yes, it's lovely to see you again, Massimo. And today we have a lot to discuss about everything that happened during the round 13 and lots more that we are going to expect for round 14. Shall we get to it?
Yeah, yes, I agree. And we are ready.
Absolutely. Let's get into it. Okay, Massimo, today I would like to put the spotlight on Milan's challenges and Bologna's triumphant success. So, what's your take on Milan's performance, especially considering the recent struggles? Can they build on this win and regain their winning streak? What's your opinion about Milan right now?
Yes, we have two different situations, no? Milan in crisis and Bologna. That is the big surprise of this season in Serie A.
Yes.
The Milan lost the last match against Borussia Dortmund in Champions League, and not only the defeats but the complete situation is very difficult for Pioli and for Milan, especially for a lot of players injured, and the fan and the area around Milan is not so good for this because in from the beginning of the season to now, Milan had 25 injured players injured. Is
Yeah.
very hard to play, and especially in the last match, in the next match, um, Pioli will have only one defender, Tomori, and the other are injured. And so for Milan is important to win because for the club, the qualification for Champions League is too important for the money because we know that
Of course.
for all important clubs in Italy, the qualification in Champions League is fundamental.
Super important. Of course, of course. Now, speaking of challenges, Milan is facing Monza in the next round. And what do you think they need to focus on to secure a victory, another victory, and, keep this positive momentum that they have?
I don't know if will be the shape of Milan because in the next game with the Frosinone is hard. Is hard for the injured, for the moment, and also because the opponent Frosinone is a good team, is a team that play a good football, and also Frosinone um, don't have anything to lose in this match. When you play against team as Frosinone that can play easy, all things are hard, and especially in a moment as this for Milan. And I believe the position of Pioli is not so solid, and everything is possible. In the past, Milan had good reaction in crisis, in moment, in difficult moment. But in this moment is very hard, and for Milan, there is only one thing: the victory. Because in another situation, all things are very hard for Pioli and for the standing of Milan.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now, let's get into Bologna's stellar performance. They secured their fourth consecutive home victory. Fabian and Zirkzee making it happen has been like brilliant. So, what do you think is the key to this success for Thiago Motta's men?
Bologna is the big surprise of this season, and the job of the club in the transfer market during the summer and the job of Motta are very very good. And Bologna play a good football, nice football, solid in defense. Is the third defense in the Serie A, and but Bologna don't play only in defense. Has a solid defense, but when the team has the ball, is very very fast and for in forward, and also the player as Zirze, Fabian, and other are quality, and so for the other team it's very difficult to play against Bologna because solid defense and good technique and fast forward. This is the qualities of this Bologna.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to look forward to see how they're going to perform, if they can keep it up, this momentum, also in round 14. Now, talking about round 14, I would like to start with the next round previews. Shall we get to that?
Okay, okay.
Yes, perfect. Let's get there. Okay, welcome back. Now, Massimo, I would like to talk about this next round previews, speaking about the top match that we're going, the big match of this round, which is going to be the Napoli versus Inter. So Napoli takes on Inter at the legendary Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, and Inter perched at the Serie A summit with 32 points, faces off against Napoli, who is currently at holding the fourth spot with 24 points. What are your thoughts about this match? How do you think that is going to be the potential outcome?
Napoli Inter is the big match of this round and is very very important for both teams. Firstly, the change of the manager for Napoli has been good because the reaction of the team has been good. The answers of the players has been correct, and so also if Napoli lost against Real Madrid, the game, the match has been a good match. And in this occasion, against the Inter for Napoli, there is the occasion to gain important points for the top, no, the bottom of the standing. But Inter has been an advantage, has an advantage because played has Napoli in Champions League, but Inzaghi did turnover and changes the player, and so the best team can play against Napoli in a good shape and without the pressure of the last team. And so I am very curious to know will be the final result, because are two important teams. Inter is favored for the victory of the title, but Sunday evening will be tough match for both.
Okay, so you think that okay, so
Napoli,
you go for Inter.
No, because I believe two things. For Napoli, is very important the return of Osimhen, no, and
Okay,
at the same time, is important the presence of Thuram and Lautaro for Inter. Cioè the forwards could be decide, no, this
Okay,
decisive.
so you think that the lineups can be decisive
Yes,
for the
decisive
result?
the forwards
Of
for
course.
both teams, but with a difference. The defense of Inter is solid, is strong.
Mm,
The
okay.
defense of Napoli is not so strong. Sometimes has problem, and so against Lautaro and Thuram should be difficult, no? And
Okay.
so we have to see what's happened.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be definitely an exciting match to watch this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, so next up, actually, we have Monza versus Juventus. It's a clash of contrasts. So Juventus is aiming to return to winning ways and is going to face Monza, which actually had an impressive rise and a 4-game unbeaten run this round. So it actually kind of promises some excitement, this match. So considering Monza's success last season against Juventus and their solid defensive record, how do you see this matchup playing out this time?
But it's a tricky match for Juventus. It's not so easy to win against the Monza away. But I am convinced that Juventus is solid, and also in the last days, Allegri recovered some players and a good shape of Vlahovic and Chiesa, but also Danilo, Alexandro, and we have to know that in the past games, in the past matches, Allegri didn't have a lot of solutions in the midfield and defense,
Solid.
and so Monza play a good football, but for me, Juventus is favored in this match. Also, if is a tough match for Juventus.
Okay, okay, cool. Fine. So we're going to see how it's going to play out. Now, next one, this round is going to bring us the clash between Genoa and Empoli this Saturday. Genoa is standing at the 15th place and Empoli is at positioned 18th after 13 rounds. So Genoa lost to Cagliari and then triumphed over Verona, but then stumbled again against Frosinone. On the other hand, however, Empoli faced a defeat from Frosinone, secured an amazing win, unexpected win against Napoli, and had a high-scoring loss to Sassuolo. Now, based on this history, what's your take on the potential outcome of this match? Who's
But
favored?
it's much important for the salvation for both, especially for Empoli. Especially for Empoli, the standing of Empoli is not so good, and also Genoa needs points and needs the victory. And my opinion is Genoa is favored. Empoli score goal more than before, but also talk a lot of goals, and so at the same time is important the solidity of defense. And Genoa, my opinion, is favored.
No, okay. Also because they're playing at home. Okay. So next on the line is Lazio versus Cagliari. Lazio is currently at the 11th place in the rankings, facing off Cagliari, which is at the 17th place. They're playing at the Stadio Olimpico of Rome. Lazio's recent form has been like a roller coaster, kind of like they had a draw with Roma and a surprising defeat against Salernitana, but then a bounce back against Celtic. Cagliari also has been a mixed bag of results, beating Genoa, losing to Juventus, drawing with Monza. What's your take on this clash?
But we don't know the real strength of Lazio in this season, because all matches in this season has been up and down, no?
Yeah.
Victory and defeats, the victory and defeats.
Exactly.
In this case, after the qualification for the second round of Champions League, is important to continue to win. And so at home, with Immobile that scored two important goals, and also with the push of the fans, I believe that Lazio will win this match. It's not easy, but is completely favored in this match.
Okay, very good. Now, next one, we're going to have a tough match for Frosinone. It's Milan versus Frosinone. And what do you think? Because considering both Milan's and Frosinone's recent struggles, what's your take on the, what's your expectation of this match?
It's very difficult and a prediction in this match for the situation, especially for the situation of Milan. I am convinced that Frosinone will play a good match, and for this is difficult for Milan. The victory will be important for Milan. The condition and the feeling, especially between the most important players of Milan, Giroud, Theo Hernandez, and Magnan, three French players that in Champions League played bad, not only for the penalty. I am speaking of Giroud, but for the game, no, not only for the episode. And for me, my opinion is possible on a draw. It's possible on a draw, probably because I have not a correct idea, no, around the solution of this match. And a draw, important for Frosinone, a little bit less for Milan.
Okay, great. Now, let's shift our focus on the upcoming clash between Lecce versus Bologna. Now, as you were saying, Bologna is really doing great and is the surprise of this Serie A. And Lecce on the other side is at the 13th place, while Bologna is at 6th. So they both had a roller coaster, but definitely Bologna has been performing better. What's your take on this match?
The awareness of Bologna is great in this moment. And when in football, when you have enthusiasm, when you have awareness of your strength, everything is possible. Awesome. And I am honest. My prediction is the victory of Bologna.
Victory of Bologna, of course, as we were discussing it earlier. Okay. Cool. Next one, we're going to have Fiorentina versus Salernitana. Fiorentina coming off from a 0-1 loss at San Siro, and has stumbled with 4 defeats in their last 5 matches. Their goal scoring stats also have taken a hit, so they really aren't scoring that much. Salernitana, on the other hand, finally secured their first win of the season by beating Lazio 2-1. Now, considering Fiorentina's recent form and Salernitana's hunger for, now that they want to win more, what's your take and prediction on this match?
It's always difficult to understand which is the really strength of the Fiorentina.
Up and down.
Won an important match in Conference League, and the problem of Fiorentina is the goal, because play on a good football, has a lot of occasion of goals, but don't score, and
You don't
so
score, exactly.
yeah. But in this occasion, is favored, and for me, we will win the match.
Okay. So you say that Fiorentina is going to bounce back for this match. Well,
Hmm.
we'll see. Okay, next one. Let's shift our focus on Udinese versus Verona. Both teams find themselves kind of battling at the relegation end of the Serie A table. And so this is going to add extra spice to this encounter. It's like a serious six-pointer. Udinese is currently at the 16th place in Serie A, and Verona is sitting at 19th place. And both have challenges. Based on all this, who do you think is the favorite in this match?
But it's in a derby, no? The Triveneto derby is always interesting, no? Match like this. But Udinese is favored for me. I watched the match against Roma, lost but play on a good match, and is favored against Verona. The problem of Verona is the victory. It's very difficult for Verona to catch the victory in this tournament, and Udinese is favored.
Okay, okay. Now, next one, let's focus on Sassuolo versus Roma. Both teams coming off thrilling wins. Roma secured a late 3-1 victory over Udinese, aiming for consistency. Now, Sassuolo's last gap was a 4-3 win at Empoli, put them 5 points clear of relegation, of course, so now they're safe. But Sassuolo, the point about Sassuolo is that they're very unpredictable. And of course, Roma is eyeing for Champions League spots. How do you see this match playing out?
Yeah.
Roma?
But isn't a tough match for Roma, and as you say, Sassuolo is unpredictable, no? Because won against Inter and Juventus in this season, and so
Yeah.
this is important. Uh, and the Roma needs solidity in defense, and have to pay attention on the wings, because Berardi is a great player, and for Roma is not so easy on the left. The left solution, Spinazzola, Zelinski, or El Shaarawy. It's very difficult to decide which is the right player for to contrast Berardi. And Roma could be tired after the match against Servette, and so
Nice draw.
my prediction is a draw in this match.
A draw. Okay,
A
yeah,
draw,
because
yeah.
Roma is tired of last night's match. Of course. Okay. I hope for the victory of Roma, of course. That everybody would know. Okay, then. Now let's get to the last one, which is Torino versus Atalanta. A battle of giants, but after both slayed at Rome, giant last time. What do you think? You know, Torino showcased that grit against Lazio. Now they can hold their own against Atalanta. Now let's take a look and see what will happen this time. What are your thoughts and to the potential results of this match?
I'm I'm awaiting a reaction of Torino after the defeat against Bologna. But at the same time, Atalanta would like to win after the defeat in the last match against Napoli. Is an unbalanced match, and for me, the probable result, the final result, could be a draw, but with a little bit more chances for Atalanta. But at the
Atalanta.
end,
Yeah, yeah.
but at the end, for me, it could be a draw.
Okay. Cool. Brilliant. Perfect. And that was the last match of round 14. Do you have anything else to add, Massimo, to this, to your predictions of this round, or what we could expect?
It's very difficult to do right prediction. I am curious for some results. Monza Juventus, Napoli Inter, obviously, and also Sassuolo Roma and Milan Frosinone, because the big match is one, but the other match are very interesting.
Yeah, and they could be decisive on what will happen in the next round. Okay, thank you so much, Massimo, again, for your time, for all your insight. See you next week, right?
See you the next week. Bye bye.
Next week, always here. Fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you that are listening to us from near and far. Forza Italia and Forza Serie A. Take care. See you next week. And subscribe and all those things. Bye.